When a woman wants to give you her body, her time, and her complete feminine surrender, she will not usually announce it with direct words. She will not say, "I am ready." Instead, her actions become louder than her voice. And if you are paying close attention, you will begin to notice the signs. These signals are often soft and delicate, wrapped in emotion, psychology, instinct, and subtle shifts in energy. Some men miss them because they expect something obvious or dramatic, but attraction is rarely obvious. It hides in silence, in prolonged eye contact, in the way she positions herself near you, and in what she does when you are not even touching her. Welcome to Mindful Senior Living. I am Mary Smith, and on this channel we explore the deeper emotional and psychological truths about connection, attachment, and intimacy at every stage of life. If you are new here, I am truly glad you found this space. If you have been part of this community for a while, you already know that we go far beyond surface-level advice and quick dating tricks. Before we continue, I want to speak directly to you. Whether you are a man trying to understand a woman's signals or someone reflecting on your own patterns, this conversation matters because real intimacy is not about games. It is about safety, trust, biology, emotional readiness, and mutual respect. If at any point you think, "I have seen this before," I encourage you to reflect on which sign surprised you the most. Every woman is different, yet when she truly desires a man, certain psychological and physiological patterns begin to show because her nervous system starts responding. The first place this often appears is in her presence. A woman who is not interested will usually maintain emotional or physical distance. Her posture may stay guarded, her body angled away, her tone neutral. But when she desires you, something subtle shifts. She drifts closer, not dramatically, but gradually, like gravity pulling her in. Her knees may angle toward you under the table. Her shoulders may turn in your direction. Psychologists refer to this as proxemic behavior, which means we naturally orient our bodies toward what we feel drawn to. It is rarely random. It is instinctive. It is not only about closeness, but about comfort. Her voice softens. Her laughter becomes easier and less restrained. Relaxation is one of the strongest indicators of trust forming. When a woman feels emotionally safe, her body begins to relax in your presence. Now consider her eyes. One of the strongest indicators of attraction is not bold staring, but a glance followed by a quick look away. That tiny break in eye contact often signals vulnerability. She might glance at your lips for a brief second, tuck her hair behind her ear, or touch her collarbone or neck. Have you ever noticed a woman lightly biting her lip or adjusting her bracelet repeatedly? These can be self-soothing gestures. Body is alert and aware. A woman who desires a man does not move toward physical closeness without some degree of emotional safety. For many women, physical surrender is preceded by emotional exposure. If she begins sharing personal stories, her fears, her disappointments, or her past wounds, that is not casual conversation. That is selective vulnerability. She is testing safety. She is silently asking whether she can trust you with the softer parts of herself. Another sign is when she begins imagining you in her world. She asks about your values, your patience, how you handle stress, how you treat people. A woman will rarely give her body to a man she does not emotionally trust. Safety unlocks surrender. When someone matters to us emotionally, the nervous system activates. That activation can appear as nervous laughter, slight fidgeting, or heightened expressiveness. It is not immaturity. It's attachment activation. She is perfectly neutral around you, with no spark, no shift, no subtle nervous energy. There. Maybe respect, but not desire. Desire creates movement and energy. Another powerful indicator is small, intentional physical contact. She may adjust your collar, brush lint off your jacket, or let her hand linger half a second longer than necessary. Many women are selective with touch. She initiates it. She is testing connection and observing your response. She is assessing whether you are gentle, attentive, and respectful. If you respond with impatience, entitlement, or aggression, her nervous system will retract immediately. If you respond with calm presence and steady energy, her trust deepens. Sometimes desire feels overwhelming for her, especially if she has been hurt before. When feelings grow strong, she may briefly pull away, not because interest is gone, but because vulnerability feels risky. This push and pull dynamic can reflect fear battling desire. Her attachment system wants closeness, while her protective instincts want control. She may go quiet for a day and then return warmer than before. This inconsistency is not always manipulation. It can be emotional self-protection. Observation is another powerful sign. When a woman wants to give herself to you, she studies you attentively. She watches how you speak to staff, how you react when frustrated, what excites you, what shuts you down. She is mapping the emotional landscape she may step into. Women often observe behavior over time. When what they see aligns with what they need emotionally, their defenses soften. Anticipation also reveals desire. She checks her phone more often when expecting your message. She remembers small details you mentioned weeks ago. She rearranges her schedule subtly to create space for you. Desire reorganizes priorities. You may notice she becomes intentional about her presentation. She adjusts her posture when you enter the room, reapplies lip gloss before meeting you, or chooses a particular outfit when she knows she will see you. This is not vanity. It is signaling. Quiet jealousy can also indicate emotional investment. A subtle pause when you mention another woman, a slight shift in tone, a brief withdrawal she tries to hide. Jealousy, when calm and not dramatic, often signals attachment. A woman rarely feels territorial over someone she views as temporary. Availability is another sign. She stays longer than planned, invites you into deeper conversations, and enjoys solitude with you. When she feels safe enough to surrender, she does not fear being alone with you. Her breathing slows. Her body relaxes. Silence becomes comfortable. Comfort is the foundation of intimacy. Emotional vulnerability is the real green light. There is a moment when caution turns into curiosity. Curiosity turns into desire, and desire turns into surrender. Surrender is not weakness. It is the conscious choice to be vulnerable with someone who feels safe. When she trusts you emotionally, her brain reduces its threat response. The amygdala, responsible for detecting danger, becomes less reactive. Her body shifts from fight or flight into a calmer state of connection. Oxytocin, often called the bonding hormone, increases. Oxytocin is associated with trust, closeness, and attachment. This is why emotional safety and physical readiness are deeply connected. She may linger in conversation, ask one more question, find one more reason to stay. Lingering often signals attachment forming. You may notice she becomes comfortable with your leadership in small ways. Not dominance, but grounded direction. If she asks for your opinion more often or feels at ease letting you choose the restaurant, it can reflect trust in your steadiness. Women tend to surrender emotionally too. Partners who feel stable rather than reactive or chaotic. If plans change, observe whether she looks to you for reassurance. She feels overwhelmed? Does she open up instead of shutting down? These are signs she sees you as an anchor. Before fully letting her guard down, she may test you. She might bring up a serious topic, express vulnerability, or briefly create distance to see how you respond. This is risk assessment. Her body is asking whether you will protect her heart or mishandle it. Patience and emotional maturity turn her internal. Light green. Anger or pressure turns it off. Availability deepens when she prioritizes you in subtle ways, staying up later, checking in during the day, sending you something that reminded her of you. Indifference does not reach out. Desire does. Nurturing behavior is another sign. She asks if you have eaten, remembers your stressful meeting, offers small acts of care. Caregiving activates bonding. When a woman imagines intimacy, she often imagines emotional and physical closeness intertwined. As she approaches surrender, her energy shifts. Her laughter becomes unfiltered. Her touch becomes less hesitant. She stops analyzing and starts being present. However, desire does not equal consent. Consent must always be verbal, clear, and mutual. Psychological readiness and physical permission are not the same. Respecting her pace strengthens trust. Rushing damages it. Internally. When she stands on the edge of intimacy, multiple thoughts may arise. I want this. Is this safe? What if I get hurt? Her nervous system remembers past betrayal, abandonment, pressure, or misunderstanding. Anticipation can be more intimate than action. When your knees brush and neither of you moves away, when eye contact lingers, physiological arousal increases. Heart rate elevates slightly. Breathing deepens. When arousal is paired with safety, emotional bonding intensifies. Behavioral synchrony, such as mirroring posture or speech rhythm, signals alignment. When she opens emotionally, the instinct to rush can break trust. Often she seeks reassurance rather than speed. Simple words like "we will go at your pace" can dissolve years of guardedness. Emotional exclusivity also matters. She may silently evaluate whether she feels chosen or replaceable. Consistency builds credibility. Credibility builds safety. Safety builds surrender. Sometimes right before intimacy, she becomes quiet and reflective. She is processing risk and reward, understanding that dynamics shift after closeness. In that reflective space, steady presence is powerful. When her shoulders drop, her eyes soften, and her attention focuses solely on you, she may have made her internal decision. True surrender is choosing to open, not losing oneself. After intimacy, your behavior matters deeply. Warmth continued. Communication and presence strengthen attachment. Dismissiveness triggers danger responses in the brain. Intimacy requires courage from both sides. Courage to open, courage to remain steady, courage to respect boundaries. When a woman truly wants to give herself, it does not feel chaotic or forced. It feels warm, intentional, and mutual. You do not have to chase or decode drama. You sense? Her moving closer and choosing you. Your responsibility in that moment is to be worthy of that trust. Desire is often quiet. Trust builds slowly. The most powerful connections are built with patience, emotional intelligence, consistency, and respect.